Great to have you. And let's dive into a little bit of what's going on right now with the Georgia Guidestones. Man, have you guys heard about this? So earlier today, the Georgia Guidestones were demolished. Well, not all of them, but specifically the one in English was demolished earlier today. And if you don't know much about the Georgia Guidestones, they were put up in a mysterious fashion many years ago, and no one knows who put them up. But basically, they kind of give sort of a cryptic New World Order 10 Commandments, so to speak. And so I'm going to show you here in a second. Just kind of want to show you some of this video first. And it's kind of like America's Stonehenge, and one of the stones, the one with English on it, and I'm going to show you in a minute because there's different languages, was demolished earlier today. And now they're saying, now as you notice in this comment, it says someone or something blew up a column of the Georgia Guidestones. And I thought that was kind of apropos because, as we know from Jesus and from God, that those Jericho walls will come a-tumbling down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, well, it could be an explosion. I mean, I see a little red kind of dust there, so maybe that's explosive material. But I don't see a lot of like blackened stone around it. You know, usually with an explosion, you see a lot of kind of blackened, explosive, like, you know, what's left over of the explosive powder or what have you. So usually you see kind of that kind of damage on the other stones. And it's so close to the other stones, you would kind of expect if it was an explosion that it would have also, at least if it didn't knock the other ones down, at least it would have, sprayed onto them or somehow burnt them. But you don't really see that here. And I find that kind of intriguing. It makes you kind of wonder, and no one yet knows who did this or what did this. And so it does kind of make you wonder, is God playing a role here? Is this God saying, nice try, New World Order, but you going down, baby? Just like this stone right here. Kind of like Moses throwing down the 10 Commandments, only kind of in the opposite, because these are like the satanic 10 Commandments. Did God smash this? I'm wondering. Is that who knocked this pillar down, kind of saying, or is it symbolic, like, hey, just like this falls, this English version of the Guidestones, so will America fall, perhaps. Maybe it's something along those lines. So it could be kind of an omen of America tumbling, and it could also be, it could actually be the hand of God, basically saying, no, you go down. You go down. You think your little stones or anything? You think your little stones in the middle of some field in the middle of Georgia are going to stand against the Lord of Heaven Almighty? Is that what you think? So, guys, it's what's the name of the movie? Return of the Jedi. The rebels are striking back, so to speak. The New World Order, Imperial, devil, Satan, Darth Vader of darkness has been trying to take over the world, and one by one, the world is fighting back. So I see some of that red dust kind of by the entrance there too. So that may not have anything to do with an explosion. That might just be kind of related to that clay. It looks kind of like red clay over there. So I don't really see. I mean, look at those stones next to them. They look pretty clean. Like, I don't see anything on there that would say, oh, there was some explosion here of a bomb. They're saying it was bombed. So I don't know if someone took a jackhammer, a sledgehammer, or it was the finger of God, perhaps, that simply knocked it over and said, nice try, small fry, but you gonna die. So there you go. So the Georgia Guidestones, guys, very intriguing indeed. Let me show you a couple more things on that. Here's somebody who was cruising by it today, and they actually drove by and took some video here. The Satanic Georgia Guidestones, and this is actually them kind of marking it off as a bomb site, but there's really no proof of the bomb part yet. But we do see the destruction there. You can see it in the distance there, and you see one of the pillars is knocked down, as we've already seen over there, and the person's driving by and checking that out. So that is very intriguing indeed. See one more of these from a different vantage point. don't know if it's the same person or if it's just somebody else driving down the same street. But the Georgia Guidestones, very intriguing indeed. So they basically had 10 commandments. The first commandment was to keep the population of the earth under 500 million. That's their goal. So they're trying to keep the population of the earth under 5 million. And so it's very intriguing indeed. And, who put these up, they don't know. If some mysterious donor under the name of like Christian, in his name is like Christian, like J.W. Christian or something like that. So it's very intriguing indeed. There's somebody getting struck by lightning. As to what's the story behind these stones. And there's just a still picture of it knocked down for you. So real quick, taking a look at this, here is kind of an image of the 10 commandments, so to speak, of the New World Order. Most believe that's what this is. So the first one they say there, this is what was destroyed today: maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. So that's the first commandment on their 10 commandments. Guide production wisely. Kind of sounds like, what they're doing. Like there will be no procreation. We're going to guide it wisely, i.e., Planned Parenthood. Let's kill off the children and let's not let you procreate. Improving fitness and diversity. For who? Unite humanity with a living new language. Okay, so unite humanity. So we're all going to have one language, a living new language. What does that mean? And we kind of more or less all share English right now, but what do they mean by this? Rule, passion, faith, tradition. Let me go back here and see if there's one where we can see some more of these. Maybe we can make out these commandments a little bit better. Let's see if we can read this one. I can't read that one. Let's see if there's another one we can read. Let's try this one. Oh, that one's better. Bring this over here. So, let's see. Real passion, faith, tradition, all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. It all sounds kind of glowing and nice, but you got to kind of read between the lines of what are they really saying. Justice according to them. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. See, there's your one world government there. The United Nations, which is really just another name for tyranny. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Okay, i.e., let's get rid of the states. Let's not have individual laws. Let's just have one universal law, and everybody has to submit to that. Balance personal rights with social duties. Sounds like socialism, right? So you'll get rights if you fulfill these duties. You have to go out and do your social duties, and then you'll get your personal rights, right? Kind of like the one world credit system. They want to get you on the one world currency, and they can turn that money on and off. If you do what they want you to do, they'll turn it on. If you don't do it, they'll turn it off. And, or they'll just turn it off whenever they feel like it because they can. So it's that kind of thing. We have that now with our banks. You can't even go to the bank and just get out your own money. It's like you have to tell them ahead of time, well, if you want to get that much out, you have to let us know in advance. Like, wait a minute, this is my money. I should be able to get it out whenever I want to. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Okay, infinite. Now you think, do they mean God? No, it didn't say divine. It says infinite. Probably thinking more like AI. Like we're going to unite with the infinite universe and science. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. They say twice. Leave room for nature. Okay. Be not a cancer. So what exactly do they mean by that? So very intriguing indeed. Again, no one really knows who put these up. And they just kind of mysteriously appeared. And so now someone or something has taken it upon them to put an end to that. So, but this all ties in with the One World agenda, and specifically the AGEND 2030, which is you'll find on different sites. It says here, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals aim to achieve decent lives for all on a healthy planet by 2030. See, so this is their agenda, is by 2030, and this is from Population Matters, i.e., they want to reduce the population. They want you dead. That's really what they want. They want you gone. Okay. So when Mr. GATES stood up in a TED talks and says, we got to reduce one of these numbers down to 0. He was talking about humans being one of those numbers, and everybody laughed, but he was serious. So no poverty, 0 hunger. Well, yeah, when you don't have any people, you won't have any of those problems, and that's basically what they're doing. They're getting rid of most of the people to reduce population. Notice their focus is population here. It's not really on taking care of people. They take care of themselves just fine. They want to get rid of all the other people that are in their way. Imply that there's no longer a need to reduce global population growth, even though it is a serious problem that undermines most of the SDG targets. So they're saying that population is a problem and that they want to get rid of people. And so they're kind of openly saying it without quite saying it in that way, right? So very interesting, very intriguing indeed. So something to be considering here as we go forward.